Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to the series of how to use programming in automation. So, as part of this series, today I'm going to show you how to use for in loop in automation. Okay. So, for in loop is used to iterate over the enumerable properties of an object. Okay, it is used to iterate over the enumerable properties of an object. Enumerable properties of an object. Okay, so now I'll explain what is enumerable properties and object. Okay, let's create object. So how to create const, I'll say data. So data is the name of the object, is equal to open curly braces, name colon. So name I will give book, or you can give anything. Then subject colon within double quote physics. Okay, this is how we create data for the object. Okay, so here data is the object name and subjects are enumerable properties. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. Here data is the name of the object and name and subject are enumerable properties of an object. Okay, so now I'll show you the syntax of foreign. So for let key in object. So here we'll write the code which we want to iterate. Okay, so here key is any variable name which holds the enumerable property. So here object is the name of the object, that is data. Okay, so we'll write like this: let key in data. Okay, so now if you want to print the name, I mean the keys of this project, I mean the keys of this object, so how to print? Simple. console.log, console.log, just say key. Okay, so it will give the key, that is name and subject. Okay, so if you want to get the data of this name and subject, then we have to say console.log. So what is the object name is data. So data of, then what is the key? Data of key. So here we have to give square bracket. Okay, so data is the object name and key is the variable which holds the data. Okay, so if we give like this, then it will give data, that is book and physics. Okay, so this is how we use for in loop. Okay, so now I'll show you, to show you this I will use Selenium practice this automation page. Okay, so here I will take name, email, mobile and subject. Okay, I will create two objects. Okay, one is to store the data, that is name, email, mobile and subject, and another object is to store the locator. Okay, one is to store the data and another is to store the locators. Okay, so here I've already created the spec file. Now let us create two objects. Const form data. I will call it form data. Okay. So we want four fields: name, email, mobile, subjects. Name, name is, I'll give Shruti, comma, then email. So I'll give Shruti 123 at gmail.com. You can give anything. Then we have mobile. So mobile, I'll give something like this. Then subject. Subject is playwright. Okay, so this is one object. Now let's create another object to store the locators. Const locator or locators. So this is the object name. Okay, so here we have to give the same name here also. Okay, so I'll copy the same thing. Okay, so here we will keep the locators. Okay, so now let's inspect each of them. Okay, it has id. Let us take id name. Ash name for email. So I'll repeat once again here, name, email, mobile, subject should be same in locator also. Name should be same. For email, it has id email. For mobile. For subject, id is subjects. Okay, okay, so now we will use for in loop to iterate over these properties and fill the values here. Okay, okay, so for let key in form data, key in form data. Okay, okay, so now we will put a if condition that if in this key in locators it should be present. Okay, so in order to enter the data, first we need to check in locators this data should be present. Okay, so let us put a condition. If locators of key it should be present, then it will fill. How it will fill? Await page dot fill. Okay, okay, so here it's just like, so I'll write here page dot fill. So how do we fill? It takes fill method takes two things, correct? One is locator and another thing is value, correct? So in the first one we will give locator and in the second one we will give value. So here also same thing. So what is the locator? Locator is, how do we take the locator? Locators of key. Locators of key. This is for the first one. Then second one, value. Value is in form data object. So how to take form data of key. Okay, okay, so if we'll put else condition, if it is not present we want to say like some key is not present. Okay, if any data is not uh, getting filled, it means here the locators are not present. So console.log will say that skipping field. So here we'll put which field we are skipping. So here it should give the key and we'll say no locator found. Okay, okay, so now let us execute this. So here we'll change the spec name for in. I should have given some weight. Okay, it entered the value. As you can see, name, email, mobile, it's not entering subject. Let's see why. Let's see the error. Locate a subject. Why? Name is same. Subjects. Okay. Here. Okay. I missed Ash. Okay. Sorry about this. Okay. Now I'll give some weight. Await page dot wait for timeout. I'll give some 3 seconds. Now let us execute. Next, I'll show you how to separate these objects from test file. Okay, I'll create a separate file and keep the objects. Yeah, now we can see it entered. Okay, and if you think you are learning something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so this is how we use foreign loop in automation. Okay, okay. So here first, and we can use foreign loop only on the objects. Okay, not on array or any other things. Objects means which I showed here. It should be like this, like this. Okay, okay. So now let me create two different files. One is to keep the form data, and another is to keep the locators. Okay. Okay, so I'll comment before commenting, I'll create two different files inside the programming files. I will say form data.js. Okay, so here I will keep the form data. So this is the form data. I will copy it from here, copy, and I'll paste it here. And I'll put export keyword. Remember, we need to put export keyword because we need this data into this file. So we need to put export keyword. Okay. Okay. Then again, I'll create another file called locators. Locators.js. I'll copy the same and I'll add export keyword. Save. Okay. Okay. So now here I'll comment this and I will import these two files here. Okay, simple import what we need to import. We need to import form data from form data. It took it automatically. Then import locators. What is the name I gave? Locators. Yeah, here it is. Locators from locators. It took the path. Okay, so this is how we import form data is an object name. Okay, so here form data and locators are object names, and form data and locators, this is a file name. Okay, this is a file name and this is the object name. Okay, okay. So now let us execute. Okay, so it took the data from external files, I mean, which is not in the same file, form data and locators. Okay, okay. So practice, and if you think you're learning something from this video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.